Good afternoon, everybody. Ms. Beeman, my comments today are for you. And I learned a few things along the way. I cannot believe I'm standing here after 40 years. I started when I was 22 and I just turned 62. And as my mom and grandmother always told me, time's going to fly, enjoy it. You don't believe it until you're standing here after 40 years. Just a couple of things. First and foremost, I think the most important thing a superintendent can do is to put the right people in the right seats on the bus. I know that we have a phenomenal leadership team and we have phenomenal principals. And if you have the right people leading your schools, they're hiring the right teachers who will take good care of our children, and nothing else is more important. Put a lot of time and thought into who you put in charge of your schools. Continue to make raises for all employees a priority. Look under every rock. We have never had a year where we've had plenty of money. But you sat at the table where we've looked and looked and looked, and for 9 consecutive years, we found something to give our hardworking employees. Talk about morale, you talk about culture, people also need to make a decent living. Don't be afraid of criticism. Don't be afraid to innovate. And don't be afraid to fail. I can remember 10 years ago speaking about vocational education, people booing, and people telling me I was downgrading the Seminole County system. But we knew, the board and I knew, the leadership team and I knew that needed to be opportunities for all students. And I knew, coming from a home where my father was a blacksmith, that you can raise a family with a vocational education. And so proud what's going to open in a few weeks, the Career Education Center at Lyman, where our students can get certification in HVAC, all the construction trades, car maintenance. I believe that's where it's at. Choices. It's e-pathways for all students. Always take the high road. It's a large organization and a lot of people. There's 67,000 students, hopefully, right? We wound up with 65,000 last year. We were concerned about that because of COVID. But there are 2 types of people. There are people that do, and there are those that criticize that do. Just accept that and continue to focus on the children and your employees, and you'll sleep okay at night. I think the greatest lesson that I've learned is when things don't go well, I use the word I. I could have done better. I'm sorry. My fault. When things go well, we use the word we. This organization is successful because we're a we. The past couple weeks, I've been at a lot of different celebrations, and without doubt, it's always the we. I am concerned about citizenship. I came on board with college, career, and citizenship. And I will tell you, having grandparents immigrated through Ellis Island from Italy, they told me their story and their struggle. They arrived in the United States not knowing any English. They learned English and opened a little store. And I knew their story, and I always knew the story of the greatest generation. And I give this board so much praise for trying to keep the greatest generation stories alive in front of our students. This is the land of opportunity. Last night, when I got in from DC, I watched the Disney show, All the Right Stuff. And it reminded me of when I was a child. I was a child during the Apollo era. I'm dating myself, I know. But I remember clearly that we were Americans. And we were excited as a nation. And we were excited as a country. And I look forward to this generation of children to be excited to be Americans and to be part of this great society where it's okay to have differing opinions, where it's okay to take risk. Citizenship is so important, and students understanding why we have the freedoms that we have. And last, probably most important, something that I think I could have done a better job with is make sure you balance your life. You can work 80 hours a week and you're still not going to be finished. You never leave this job saying, what a rewarding day. Everything went perfect. Just doesn't happen. There's always somebody who has something for you. You just have to accept that. And you have to leave the problems here and focus on your beautiful family and get to those ball games. And I will tell you, you have a board that understands, supports that, and wants that, because a rested superintendent is a good superintendent. A superintendent who has a well-rounded life is a good superintendent. I wish you so much luck. Boys, I know you're very, very proud of Mom today. So before we pass the key over, Dylan and Dyson, would you come up and change the names on the dais, please? I looked the wrong way. There we go. And Ms. Beeman, would you come up, please, to accept the keys for Seminole County Public Schools?
I should probably call Grace up to get this key. So we make sure I always have it. Board members, Chair Ullman, Vice Chair Pinnock, members Calderon, Kraus, and Sanchez. I am so honored and excited to be your superintendent. I look forward to taking a great district and making it even better. I accept fully, wholeheartedly, happily, the challenge of making sure each and every student has an opportunity for success because of the education that we provide. Thank you so much. Dr. Griffin told me a couple of friends and family, and this is the SCPS family. And this is the reason why Seminole County Public Schools, this SCPS staff family, why we're so great. Thank you all for embracing this moment of change and for walking this journey of excellence that we are going to walk together. I sincerely appreciate it. I look forward to it. It is going to happen. Thank you so much. To my family, my boys, my wonderful husband, Dimitri, my mother, thank you all for, first of all, Mom, thank you for telling us that education is powerful, that education is the way to open the doors of opportunity, and that you walk through those doors happily, gladly, and prepared to lead. And so here I am today. Thank you so much. And wow, to our outgoing superintendent. Big shoes, Dr. Griffin, big shoes. I know what this district, this community, this amazing team, I know what it means to you. I know that this work has been a labor of love, and a labor that we've all loved doing with you because of your leadership, your style, your heart for kids. I am just so happy. So I accept fully the challenge of following you, the man I watch knock down barriers to access for students. And that showed us really what equitable education looks like. And so I accept the keys. and the responsibility. And I want you all to know that I intend to fully push open the doors of opportunity for each and every student in Seminole County. Let's lead.